Welcome to Wild Time Adventures with me, Ray. So I got scammed. I bought a fake G-Shock, the Casioak GA-2100. I thought I'd turn it into a learning opportunity, so I've made a video about how to spot a fake G-Shock, the telltale signs to look out for. In this video, I'll compare a genuine G-Shock with this presumably Chinese knockoff one. And if you stick around till later in the video, you get to see me testing out how durable is a fake G-Shock, how much punishment will it stand up to. Okay, let's flip the camera and take a look at comparing fake versus genuine G-Shock. Okay folks, here we are then, two G-Shock Casioaks, GA-2100, if we want to call them their proper name. Which one is real? Which one is fake? Can you guess immediately? Yes, it's the Rubik's Cube branded one, the apparent special edition one. So what happened then? Well, I saw this on eBay, apparently used at a very low starting price. The photos weren't the best, but I thought, I'll take the punt. And when I received it and I opened it and I saw the packaging, I started to get a horrible sinking feeling. So the cardboard was very kind of shiny and thin. It didn't seem right to me. It didn't have the correct barcoding, and the logo printing seemed very crude. A crude box, inside a crude tin made out of thin material. It looked kind of dented. So the ubiquitous G-Shock tin wasn't really quite right at all. And then when I looked at the hang tag, poor quality cardboard, didn't seem right, missing some key information. And then when I took the watch out itself, my sinking feeling grew, and I started to notice what was wrong with it. So let's point out all the features on the watch itself which identified this as a fake. The first thing that I noticed was the crystal itself. So it appeared to be made out of very cheap and thin plastic, and it's kind of flush with the bezel rather than being slightly recessed as genuine G-Shock Casioaks are. So that was the first thing that stood out. The case, the bezel itself is not quite right. When we look at those distinctive kind of cutout pieces that we expect on Casioaks and G-Shock squares, they're the wrong shape and wrong depth, kind of crude looking. The next thing I noticed was the poor printing on the dial itself. Didn't seem right when you really look at it close, especially through macro. You can see poor evidence of poor printing, crude parts, poor finishing on the hands and the pointer there that goes between the days and modes and so on these. The buttons are stick out more than the ones on a genuine Casioak, so I noticed that didn't seem right. When I pressed the mode button, the noise that the movement made was not right. That's not how a G-Shock sounds at all. It sounds like this. Far more crisp noise, so that wasn't right. On the case back, there was no rubber gasket, so that's not right at all. And inside, what was revealed was a cheap, crude movement that just started to fall out and was lacking any of the G-Shock layers of protection, like the rubber backing and the cradling parts that give it its shock resistance. And then the next thing after that I noticed was the crudeness of the band in terms of the way that the strap is put together. Crude painting of the buckle and the keeper isn't right. So that wasn't right at all either. And then my investigation was complete. Now that is a fake G-Shock, and you'll see what we're going to do to it later on. So stick around till later on in the video. If you're enjoying the video thus far, please do consider liking and subscribing. Next, we're going to come in with a torture test in a little while. So let's see what this fake G-Shock can stand up to in terms of the rigorous durability that a genuine G-Shock can handle. So we're going to give it a shock test. We're going to test it for heat and cold, water resistance, before we finally give it the ignominious death that it deserves before it's consigned to the dustbin of history. So be gone. Now then, briefly then, before we get to the torture test, let's contrast the fake one with what we expect from a genuine G-Shock here. So of course, the crispness of the printing on the dial and that lovely sunburst effect there is what we would expect here, and everything else as we'd expect, the band, the keeper, you know, the module inside, and so on and so forth, all absolutely as we would expect. I'm going to do a deep dive into this reference, the 2100C, in a video coming shortly. I think that would be really good to do. Now, I got this because I thought it would make a really handsome set with my 5600E. I've really been dying to do this for a long time, to have the digital and the analog digi, should I say, Casioak together. I think these make a handsome pair, don't you? I love these. These are my summer watches now. Just got to wait for it to roll back round to summer, I guess. Okay, anyway, without further ado, torture test. Okay, this is test number one. Let's just drop it to the floor from this height. So far, so good. Okay, now let's give it a bit more extreme shock against the wall. Still fine. Oh, the strap's coming off already. Strap broken. Oh dear. All right then, up in the air. Oh, how did it fare after a 20-foot fall? Well, the module still works. Okay, so I've got strap damage coming off, but module's still working. Okay, I'm going to give it one last really hard dash against the wall. Ready? Here we go. Oh, that was juicy. Oh, okay, that's it. Module gone, broken already. So after being dropped and dashed against the wall a bit, the movement immediately gave up. The strap's coming off, and the plastic, crystal, glass, whatever you want to call it, is already split. Okay, well, the torture test didn't last long. I thought it might hold up to a bit more abuse than that, but there you go. Time to give it the sign off that this deserves. Ah, there you go. Nice little drink of rubbing alcohol.
Oh.
Ah, there you go. Enjoy.
Oh.
Barbecue time. R.I.P. people. Watch out for those fake G-Shocks. This one won't be getting sold again.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.